Time, Tommy, is a valuable resource these days. Uh-huh, says Tommy. I get asked to do all these things all the times, and I have all these things that I want to do, and I'm like, how am I going to fit all this into my schedule? Mm-hmm. You ever know what it's been like to be busy, Tommy?
You
ever been busy?
Never heard of it.
I'm sure you haven't, you lazy bum. Get out there and do something with your godforsaken life, would you?
I don't think there's been a night that I haven't had something to do in probably the past 6 years.
Night Owl Thompson, that's your name.
Well, I mean, I don't mean late at night. I mean, just,
ting it up.
Something after the regular work day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's when real Tommy comes out. When the moon comes up, Wolfman Tommy's out there on the prowl, howling, hooting, making the folks laugh with his comedic exploits. It's great. Oh. Folks, just a disclaimer. We are on the road, so you might hear car noises. And Tommy is a dark prince tonight, so you might hear cry noises. So anything could happen tonight, on this night. It reminds me of the episode, Tommy, of Seinfeld, a wonderful program, which I love, which your beloved loves. Mm-hmm. That's why we're best friends, and she doesn't like you at all. Because you don't like the Seinfeld.
I don't not like the Seinfeld. Well, I never had the time.
Your exasperated stutter tells me differently.
How about that? Never had the time to watch it.
Please. All you have is time.
Mm-hmm.
What shows have you watched lately?
I don't watch shows. I don't have time. Shows. I'm serious.
Yeah.
At the gym, I'll put something on. Like I've been rewatching The Haunting of Hill House.
Oh, boy.
But that's, in the cardio elliptical days.
I'm bragger.
No, I'm just being real.
Just being real.
Just telling it like it is.
I mean, I feel like you're working your cardio and you're strengthening up, too, because I'm sure those titties slapping you in the face are like punches. So you're getting to be a tough man.
Actually really tight. So
Okay. It reminds me of the episode, Tommy, of Seinfeld, where Elaine, you remember Elaine?
Yeah, that's Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Sure. She's using the bathroom. And she's sitting in the stall finishing up her business, as people do, powdering her nose, possibly.
Uh-huh.
And she realizes there's no toilet paper left in her stall. So she's embarrassed, as you would be. And she asks the person next to her in the stall that's occupied, hey, can I borrow some toilet paper? Can you spare some toilet paper, she says. And the unknown TP hoarder says, no, she can't spare it. And Elaine's like, come on, I don't need a whole lot. Just 3 squares. Can you give me 3 squares? And the lady says, I don't have a square to spare. I can't square a spare.
Wow, what a poet.
I know. I can't spare a square. And that's how I feel with life. And this metaphor, this amazing metaphor, which I've constructed, Tommy, time and toilet paper are one and the same, you see.
Yeah.
A square to spare.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hard to say. I can't spare a square, Tommy.
Yeah, square to spare.
Yeah. So, in this amazing metaphor, time and toilet paper are one and the same. People ask me if I have the time to do something, and I say,
I don't have a square to spare.
Exactly.
All right.
I can't spare a square. I mean, toilet paper, it's a deep metaphor. Think about it. Toilet paper, like time, dissolves quickly.
Yeah, but you can't like refill the time, right?
No.
So that's where the analogy stops.
No, it does not, Tommy, because one day your stall is going to run out of toilet paper.
Right, but I'm saying you can get more toilet paper, you can't get more time.
Are you sure?
Yes.
With advances in technology these days?
Well, I mean, you can't, refill your time. When it's done, it's done.
Oh, man, that's what you think.
Make it magically reappear.
I can't make toilet paper magically reappear. What am I, the toilet paper genie?
It's just sitting there on a shelf.
Listen, I'm making metaphors here.
Squares to spare.
I'm making metaphors. Will you stop? Some of us are procrastinators, and we just throw our toilet paper all over the place.
Sure.
Like going to TP a house. That's just like throwing time away, Tommy.
Well, sure.
In this metaphor.
Yeah.
Here's how I spend my squares, Tommy.
Okay.
The other day I saw a small boy in a cowboy hat at only God and Google knows where I was at. I don't know, some store.
Did you say, hey, shooter?
No, I didn't dare talk to this boy. I'll tell you why. He was probably like 8 or something.
Uh-huh.
He had these big glasses. He had a cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Sounds like a fun little dude.
Sure. It gets even funner. He started hopping on one foot and singing in a somber tone. No joy in his voice whatsoever. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
Oh, well, it was a cry for help, Randy.
Yeah, well, of course, my head instinctively started bobbing to the side as it does when that song comes on.
That's hilarious.
But then I was left to ponder what the hell this meant. Like, what sort of Twin Peaks surreal nightmare did I just stumble into? Where did this boy come from out of the blue with his cowboy hat? How does he know that song? Who in their right mind would give this boy a cowboy hat?
Well,
why did he pick that song of all songs to sing?
Because that's the song you sing when you're a cowboy.
That's the song you sing when you're a cowboy?
Sure.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
No
more. And I walked away, and I'm looking back at him, and he's hopping. And I'm still walking, and I can still hear, no more. I'm like, yes, no more. Go away, you demon from my nightmares.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Holy shit.
Just needed a crooked little smile there.
Yeah. What is love? You don't hurt me, you freaky cowboy. Goddamn cowpoke. That's what I spend my squares on, Tommy. Pondering weird shit like that that I encounter.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing about time and toilet paper. Both spend too much time dealing with shit. Drop that beat, D-boy.
Put it in, put it in, put it in. We're drinking summer shandy on Thursday. We so motherfucking out here, though. We never been this out here. Woo! So strange when it's changing the sleep. What you know about Leonard Skinner? I whack of the intro, the hot of the verse every time, baby. I've seen the hard times and the pressure's been on me. Well, I've been working like a working man do. Got my act together, gonna walk all over you. Pressure pushing down on me, pushing down on you. Shit, let's raise the roof. Woo! About time, it's the era of the rebels. Cloud nine in the air up in the vessels. Generation fearless, got a taste for weirdness. Flow on fire, that's the way my beard is. Hard times, jump starting the grind. It's all good, y'all. Things fall apart sometimes. Let it go, let me know when you're ready, though. Don't push me, cuz until the edge I'm close. When the time comes, ride for something. Or live to be 90, then just die for nothing. Speak their heart, your baby, speak their mind. And I'ma play their part, and I'ma freak that rhyme one time for you. Rhyme one time for you. I'm an island, man. There ain't nothing else by me, man. And I drink enough whiskey to float a battleship around this bitch any motherfucking how. Wow. All up in a mix and a place to be. You down for the night, come form with me. Like ABC, like 1, 2, 3. As I breathe, like a part of the sea. All up in a mix and a place to be. You down for.
Welcome to the Miserable Retail Slave Show. We're coming to you from the pod car outside beautiful Flint, Michigan, USA. My name is Randy. Tommy is over there.
Hey.
How is everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Are you really, Tommy? Don't lie to the folks.
No, I'm doing a lot better.
You're doing a lot better.
I needed a nap.
Your dark spirits are lifting.
I never take naps. That's probably the first nap I've took in like 7 years.
That's a bold-faced lie, I bet.
No, I don't take naps. I don't like naps.
I don't like naps either. If I take a nap,
stay awake.
If I take a nap, then I'm pretty much done the rest of the day.
This one worked.
I'm a ruined man.
So I usually don't do it, but I kept falling asleep at work today.
Fuck, you've reached nap age.
Well, I mean, I reached party hard for 3 days and then try to go to work age.
Oh, God. You're a real napster these days, huh?
Well, I don't know. That was the first one. We'll see.
Yeah. Why don't you go file share another siesta, huh? Boy, Mr. Sandman loves you. You're going to be
Bring me a dream.
BFFs with that Sandman fella. This is the Miserable Retail Slave Show. I thank you. Tommy thanks you so much for tuning in once again.
Sure.
We appreciate yous. We made it up all the way to number 24 on the Comedy
Number
Improv
24.
charts on the Apple Podcast there. So, hey, our big return was a success, I
Yeah,
would say.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody.
Yeah. Are we still at number 24? Or are we like 256 now?
No, I don't. Last I saw it was like at 30 something, which is
Okay.
pretty not
Yeah.
too shabby, huh?
Yeah.
Especially with vocab like that I just spit at the folks. Real radio professions.
Well, you're an everyday man.
I am an everyday commoner. Not a mere peon, you see, because I have a scarf, and that makes me so fancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Randy does have a scarf.
I do have a scarf. Yeah.
creepy.
I kind of feel like Fabio right now because I keep throwing it behind me and
Yeah. more
carelessly
Charles
flicking
Dickens.
it. I am a Dickens. I went to this gas station, Tommy, and I had an encounter.
Yeah, I was there.
What? No,
Oh,
not that one.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I
yeah,
go
we
to
were
multiple gas stations a day,
that's
Tommy.
Right. I forget.
I know longtime listeners will be very, very, very shocked that I had a encounter at a gas station, but that's where all the weirdness seems to gravitate
Sure.
towards me in my life. So I had one lone $20 bill this morning, and I that's how I roll, 20s nonstop.
Okay.
And I only have 120 because once I get change, I burn all that other shit.
Yeah, I
'cause
know how that goes.
I roll deep with those 20s. You see.
Yeah, I try to only keep 100s.
Fuck, that's a big baller status. That's why you're a famous comedian.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh, something.
a good old MRS over here. So I hand the
Good old missus.
Yeah, that's right. I'm good old missus. So I hand the lady, the register jockey.
Uh-huh.
That's rude, isn't it?
I don't
RJ, can't call him that.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm not sure that's PC.
Yeah. Okay.
Cashier, cash artist, maybe.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Cash artist.
Uh-huh.
So I handed my 20 to the cash artist to pay for my products because I'm not a stealer.
Right.
I'm not from Pittsburgh. So she grabs my money, and I don't know how she noticed, but she turned it over, and there was writing on the back, and I'm like, ho ho ho, what's this? You know?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, hello, what's this? And she looked at it, and she shook her head, and I'm like, oh my God, what is so wrong?
Good news.
Not good news. I'm like, is there a racial slur on there?
Was it at Trump 2020?
It was.
Yeah.
Have you seen these?
I've seen them before. but
Holy
I can't
poop.
Remember what it said. I didn't even.
It was
read the whole thing.
it was a Trump $20 bill. So it had Trump written on the back in all red. And then there was arrows pointing to the 120 in the corner, and then another arrow pointing to the opposite 20 in the corner.
That's how you convince people.
Yeah, you deface federal property. You vandalize currency. That's good, huh?
Well, who would know who did it?
Well, Donald Trump probably sitting in the White House doing it. He's like, this is a great idea.
He's never seen a $20 bill in his life.
Oh, he's like Scrooge McDuck, isn't he?
Yeah.
He kind of is Scrooge McDuck. He's got a money bin somewhere. I just know it. So, yeah, I goes, well, I didn't write that. And she goes, well, I didn't expect that you would have been the one to write this. And then I'm like, oh, well, what does that mean? I don't look like a Republican to you? I got a fancy scarf, lady.
Yeah, that's
What
not
is that
Republicans
supposed to
wear
mean?
anymore. I don't think.
Man.
And it seems like more Republicans just wear shorts in the winter.
Shorts in the winter and tank top, too.
Yeah.
Cut-offs. Cut the sleeves off. The pair of children's scissors so they don't cut their precious little fingers.
Safety scissors.
Safety scissors, that's right. That's what I was reaching for and grasping for, and I could not find it. And you were like, I've got the words for you.
I had a square to spare.
Yeah, you did. And here's why Tommy has the words to grant me. Because he's a wordsmith now. I don't know if you know this about Tommy.
Yeah, very much
But he's a poet now.
Yeah, I am.
He blessed us with a poem last week.
Uh-huh.
And it was quite amazing. It was called Bill the Businessman.
Oh, you're giving away all my poetry for free.
Well,
What's going to happen when my book comes out?
I'm going to put your name out there. Well, your true fans will buy it anyways because that's how true fans roll. And in this internet age, you just can't hold everything back.
You
like
my poem. You stole my poem.
Who stole your poem?
You stole my poem.
I didn't. You sent it to me freely. If you listened to last week's episode, I'm sure you appreciated Tommy's poetry as much as I. And also, we introduced the world to Richard Stan.
Yeah.
Do it for Richard Stan.
Yeah.
Because I always thought, if you haven't listened to the last episode, you should download it because it's fun. But anyways, I thought when I was a kid that one, the United States was called the United Stakes of America. And two, I thought the Pledge of Allegiance went, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republic for Richard Stan. For Richard Stan. Yes, I thought a man named Richard Stan was somebody I was pledging an oath to.
I can't not hear it.
Tommy hears it every day in his substitute teaching life.
Yes, sir. And I laugh, and the kids are probably like, why is he laughing at the Pledge of Allegiance?
I mean, Richard Stan's an ultimate patriot, and you have to laugh at his... Because he's
a good dude.
He's a good dude. Like, if anyone else bleeds stars and stripes, I don't want to meet him. Only Richard Stan.
Sure.
So Tony is your name now. Tony over here.
Yeah.
He went ahead and wrote another poem, and I'm going to recite it for you. I wish, I hate to take the words from the artist himself, but he is driving. We are in a car. As I explained before, we're actually in a car while we do this.
Have you practiced this? Did you get the correct
I should have
rhythm down?
I should have practiced in front of a mirror. Mm-hmm. I hope I can do this justice.
Yeah. Well.
If not, you might just swerve that steering wheel and put us right in a fucking ditch. I don't know.
The rhythm that I have in my head.
So this is the poem that Tommy wrote about Richard Stan. It's called The Pledge of Allegiance.
Uh-huh.
Richard Stan, a lovely young man. The ladies thought so too. Then one day his love ran away and Richard Stan turned blue. He tried to smile, tried to laugh, and nothing seemed true. Poor Richard Stan became a shadow of the man that people once knew. Then one day Richard Stan Then one day Richard Stan met sweet Ellie Lou. His smile back right on track, and Richard Stan's anew. Isn't that beautiful, folks?
Yeah.
I love it. Tommy's a real silver Stan, except for Matt. That's a tricky word, huh?
I guess so.
3 letters. 3 letters.
Like
Quite a tongue
M-E-T.
twister. Jesus Christ.
The Mediterranean. Isn't that like the Opera House? Is the Met Opera House?
It's the Met Opera House.
Run by Ellie Lou.
I got to tell you, that last verse there is a real tricky thing to say, the way you worded it. That's why I know you're an advanced poet, because it was real.
Because it tripped you up.
Yeah, it made me stop and think. I'm like, Matt, what the fuck? What does that mean? Symbolism.
You mean they didn't like find each other on Indeed, and not Indeed. What's one of your...
Indeed.com. They had a workplace affair.
Yeah, your Playboy websites.
Oh, Playboy websites.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm not on any Playboy websites anymore. I'm a spoken for man. How dare you, sir? How dare you even try to
Yeah. Yeah. My bad.
That's funny that you bring that up, Tommy, because I don't know. I'm very fascinated with all these words and terms, and I appreciate the fact that you probably are too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I love learning all this hip slang and these dating terms.
Sure.
Oh, jeez. And there are always some new. I don't know. It seems like some of these guys and gals have more evil schemes and plots than Lex Luthor. Like, as many ways that Lex Luthor tried to kill Superman, there's just as many ways to dump or screw over a significant other or casual dating partner, I feel like.
Yeah.
So this is the phrase that I saw today. It's called paperclipping.
Paperclipping?
Oh, yes, paperclipping. So it's based on the fact... Do you remember in old school Microsoft Word that paperclip that would randomly pop up?
Yes, I do, now that you mention that.
Yeah. He was a little stupid paperclip with goddamn eyes. His name was Clippy.
Yeah.
And whenever you were working on something, he'd pop up with some helpful hints.
Yeah.
And right before he would pop up...
It's like the dude that helps you brush your teeth, brother.
Yeah. So right before he would pop up, there would be this knocking at the door sound. Like, I'm not letting you in, and you still appear. I'm calling the cops, you creep.
Leave me alone. I'm writing a paper.
Yeah, I'm doing my best work, Clippy. You think you can do better? You little shit. So all of a sudden, paperclipping is a term now, which I love. So this past summer, an artist named Samantha Rothenberg posted a comic featuring Clippy that kind of summed up a particular type of dating partner.
Yeah. Oh, well, that dude just stopped in the middle of the road to turn into his driveway. But okay, sorry.
That's fine. It's a person who, after you casually date them for any length of time, and then you break it off for whatever reason, they just randomly pop back in your life for no reason whatsoever, via text or whatever, just to let you know they still exist. Like, here I am.
Yeah.
Just like Clippy did. Little knock on the door, little text message notification.
Okay.
Here they are, back again.
Yeah.
So that's called paperclipping now.
Interesting.
Isn't that funny how the world works?
Yes, sir.
Oh, God, it's a wacky, weird world out there. Here's a segment, Tommy, that I love to do every once in a while. It's called Randy's Career Fair.
Yeah, Randy's Career Fair. We haven't done this in a while.
We haven't done Randy's Career Fair in a while. Actually, before we do Randy's Career Fair, I want to talk about Tommy's Career Fair.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
He's on fire.
Boom, shakalaka. Heating up. Man.
Opposite of all that.
I wish I could use all the NBA Jam terms to describe my life. You got it going on, man.
Well, what about my career?
I want to talk about Tommy on TV. You were on the goddamn television screen.
I was, yeah. Yeah, if you go to Fox 17. Well, I don't know if you can still find it there. I guess we should post it in the group, huh?
I guess that could happen. Yeah, sure.
Maybe, if we remember.
Yeah.
If any of you inquire about it, maybe.
Tommy was on the news in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah. Almost didn't happen.
Why?
I was substitute teaching, and my the agency that books me for the show, the booking agent, texted me on, like, I was supposed to, the TV thing was Saturday morning, and this is Thursday, and I'm just getting the information, and she says, I know you're a long ways away, and you have to be there at 8 a.m., so I'm assuming you don't want to do this. And I was like, no, I don't want to do this. And she's like, that's fine. And then I tell the beloved, and the beloved's like, well, why wouldn't you want to do that? And I was because I don't want to get up at 5 in the morning.
Lazy ass. You need to hustle.
Well,
that's your problem. You're not a hustler.
And then I was supposed to go to my nephew's basketball game that morning, too. But then I just got this thing in my stomach that said, go do the TV. So
go do the TV.
I did it. It was a lot of fun.
That's why all the televisions
canceled anyway.
Oh, see? That's why all the television in West Michigan don't work anymore, because he broke them, because his ugly mug was grinning like the Babadook on all the screens, scaring all the little old housewives and young baby children.
It's funny you say that, because some old housewife at the show told me I have a beautiful smile.
You have a beautiful smile?
That's what she said.
You look like an anaconda about to strike.
I agree with you, but...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm in my little self-deprecation bit about biker bang to beaver sort of thing. And,
which usually brings the house down.
And she says, you have a beautiful smile.
Aw.
And I said, thanks, man, but I'm married. Which the whole crowd laughed, because obviously it was Grandma over there.
You know what I noticed on that
motherly.
TV screen that I'd never noticed in real life that much, really?
What's that?
You're neither black nor white, but an entire shade of gray. Your entire beard is just the grayest thing, Gandalf.
Yeah.
You're like, geez, Louise, you wizard.
Yeah, I like it.
You like it, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
If you ever shaved that piece of kitten off your face, you would probably look about 10 years younger, perhaps.
Yeah, that's okay. I like it.
God, what if you have all these... maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you have all these chin wrinkles now and you don't even know. Maybe you're hiding something real disgusting under there.
Yeah, my face. That's the point.
Oh, boy. See, we're going to a comedy show tonight, and with a material like that, how can he go wrong? How can he go wrong, folks?
This comedy show that we're going to never goes well for me. I do it once a month. They pay me handsomely.
They treat you well, though, and they seem to like you, so...
Yeah, but the show is never... Yeah, the staff and everything else is great, but, it's the only show where I MC, which is the first person.
Yeah.
And because my agent said, hey, you're, like, close. If you do it for once a month, we'll pay you really well, and you'll be the MC. I'm like, okay. And I got it booked through April now, so look at that. But, That just never goes well. It's just. But I'm used to it now, so I don't care.
Right. It's a spot.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they bring all these people from like L.A. and shit. And
they bring really good people, and they always get off stage and they always
bitch about it.
Wow, I haven't done that bad in like 10 years.
So you don't have any inside stories? Did they tell you what they were going to ask you on the television there?
No, they didn't.
It was spur of the moment,
which I really liked.
That's fun.
I didn't want them to tell me, and I was like, I wasn't nervous about that because I don't get nervous anymore because I'm a professional.
Professional.
Because once you get nervous,
I thought it was because you're dead inside.
That helps.
Yeah.
But once you get nervous, you just lose control. So you can't get nervous.
No.
And but I'm in the green room and I'm like, I'm like, I wonder if they're going to come in and tell me what questions they're going to ask. And they never did. They kept coming in and getting coffee.
They're like...
And they're saying, they're like, hey, you're the comedian. Yeah, where are you from? Okay, blah, blah. So he kind of used that when we got on the thing.
Yeah.
But, no, there was nothing like, I'm going to ask you about this. I'm going to ask you about this.
He didn't give one single fuck about anything.
No, that was good, though.
Yeah.
I'd prefer it that way. He did right before the cameras turned on. He said, "So I just went to your website and you have stepdaughters?" And I was like, "Yep." He's like, "Okay." So I figured that's what he was going to talk about.
Is that why you slid into a bit?
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, he's going to. This is like an appearance on the Tonight Show or something."
Catch the selfie line.
Yeah.
For those that know my act, I do have a joke about a selfie, and it's a little.
I thought it was funny.
Redirection. And, and our buddy Dave Baldwin messaged me in the parking lot right before I went in and said, you need to slip a selfie joke in there. And I was like, oh, that's great. So
yeah, took a selfie in the green room and they're like, oh, that's great.
They had no idea what I was dropping on them.
They had no clue. Anyways, my career.
Neither does our listeners.
Yeah. My career's not going as well. I'm not been on television, but I have
career fair.
Randy's career fair.
I guess I do have the been on television credit now, huh?
You can put that as seen on TV.
I guess so.
You're one of those products in that aisle of Walmart that nobody walks down.
I was thinking like the store in the mall that nobody goes into.
Yeah. You're right on the shelf next to the Super Squeezer 5000. Squeezes all the juice out of the onion so you don't cry no more.
John Cavarulo has a great bit about the grabber. And then he's like, what if you can't reach your grabber? Do you have to have a grabber to get the grabber? It's better than that, but that was just one line.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Randy's career fair.
Oh, no, come on. What do you want me to do?
I don't care. Yeah, get a job. Oh, get a job?
Yeah.
Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into Jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
I've not been on the television, but I'm thinking about rectifying that. I saw this just the other day, and I was like, hey, that sounds like something I can do.
Uh-oh.
It's called...
This won't end well.
Excuse me? It's called Russian slap fighting, and I'll slap a bitch. I don't care.
You do look like a Russian.
I do like a Russian.
You
look like a Russian. Yeah.
Have you seen? Oh my God! Did I show you Dan Soder's Russian bit?
No.
Whoever is listening right now, if you are able to pause this and just
don't pause it.
Just type into YouTube Dan Soder Russian accent, and it's one of the greatest things.
And then since you're on the internet anyways,
just go for like the minute and a half one.
Since you're on the internet anyways, tell a friend to download this episode, please. Thank you.
Yeah, but we're gonna play that. We're gonna play that for you. Remind me.
I'll probably forget.
Oh, it's a good one though.
So yeah, I do look like a Russian. I'd love to slap somebody.
White,
yeah.
See-through hair.
See-through hair. Do I have see-through hair? Man,
yeah,
I got this
like headlight hair.
I've got this hair the shade of water, just clear as can be.
It is. It's kind of clear.
It's kind of clear.
Right. Yeah.
God.
Gandalf.
No, you're Gandalf. I mean,
you can make fun of my beard, but don't make fun of that hair.
Well,
There's
you said
a scarf wrapped around that neck.
Yeah, there is a scarf. It makes me real trendy.
Little Randy Dickens.
Maybe you should class your ass up.
No, thanks.
Yeah, I know it does.
That wouldn't work.
No, it wouldn't work.
Just look like a big old walking oxymoron.
You are a walking oxymoron. I was waiting to see where you were going to go with that because you said I'm a great big woxy. I'm like, ooh, what's happening?
I started talking like Randy for a minute.
I know. You got all tongue-tied. It's because I have a big fat tongue, ladies.
Yeah.
I didn't say Tommy.
Off the market.
I am, but I want to make the others jealous. Really flood some basements out there. So Russian slap fighting, Tommy. This is a real live event.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Have you seen this? Because it's amazing.
I've seen, I don't know if I've seen actual Russians do it, but I know what slap fighting is. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
You stand and you stare off at each other.
And you slap each other.
Yeah, one person goes.
Yeah.
One person goes.
It's real civilized. It's like a slap duel.
Yeah, and some of these slaps take you down.
Some people get knocked the fuck out from a slap.
Yeah, it's
great. I saw some slap training videos, and this motherfucker was slapping a mini watermelon and making it explode. I'm like, that can't be good for a person's cranium face.
No.
Oof.
Yeah, why would you? Yeah, let him slap me.
So it's included yearly, apparently, in a festival called the Siberian Power Show, which seems like a real Russian thing.
Power Show?
Events in this include, obviously, the Russian slap fighting, bodybuilding, powerlifting, dance-offs.
And vodka drinking contest.
No, even better, a dumpling eating contest.
Oh, that is all. Dumplings are Russian?
I don't know, but they're in this event. How many dumplings can you eat?
Did you see the whole Russian government quit today?
They were eating dumplings.
Every single one of them resigned.
I didn't see that, no. Putin's like, good riddance, it's mine.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. I didn't read the article, but it said breaking news. Russian government resigns.
Wow.
And then I read the opening thing, and it said every single member of the Russian government turned in their resignation.
So the rules of slap fighting are real simple. You walk up to a white table. You stand across from your opponent. You stare that motherfucker straight in his eyes. And then you slap his goddamn face.
Yeah. I can see how this would be fun.
And if he can withstand that mighty slap across his dumb face, he gets to return fire, and you got to stand there and take it like a man. Mm-hmm. I mean, and then you continued this dance-off, slap-off until somebody submits or passes out or gets knocked out. Woo! It's fun. And then you also put chalk on your hands because maybe it stings more, but also for special effect.
Sure.
Because you slap a man and then a cloud of smoke comes up. You're like, oh, damn. God damn.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever do that.
No, you don't want to. I'd like to do a slap off with you right now. In fact,
I know you're kind of a bitch, so you'd probably be pretty good at slapping.
Oh yeah, I would love to bitch slap some Russians. I would probably.
Well, you probably wouldn't want a Russian to bitch slap you.
I think my Russian slap fighting name would be Slapnuts because I'm crazy.
Slapnuts. I thought it'd just be like Vladimir or something. That'd be pretty scary.
Well, no, the dude that won this year, which the prize is 30,000 rubles.
Rubles? What's a ruble?
Well, it translates to $470. So
that's not enough.
That's a great career. Do you know how many potatoes you can buy in Russia for $470? Jesus.
Ivan, $470 to Ivan.
Yeah. No, his nickname is Dumpling.
Oh, wow.
You don't fuck with the dumpling. He will slap the taste right out of your stupid mouth.
Is that his thing? Is that his? That should be his little catchphrase.
It should be. I don't know. I think I should manage him for a tour of the States. The fun thing is when I was looking at this Russian slap fighting thing, I got caught in that YouTube rabbit hole, and I caught something else that really tickled my fancy.
Uh-oh.
I mean, this is no longer around, but I'd never seen it before, and it's called Xarm. It's extreme arm wrestling.
Okay.
Do you know what this is?
I mean, I've seen Over the Top.
Well, they should make an over
halfway.
Fuck yeah.
Across the sky.
Which one day me and you are going to do that for someone's favorite movie podcast.
Oh, that was one of my favorite movies.
Which is our sister podcast where we talk about bad movies, which you should listen to. Thank you.
Hawk.
But anyways, they should make an over-the-top remake with this sport because this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Xarm is a competition where that melds arm wrestling and MMA together.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes, you're harnessed together at the wrist and try to arm wrestle each other. But with your other arm, you're free to punch the other person, kick the other person.
Okay. Is it at a podium?
It's at a podium.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're tied together at a podium, and you're allowed
awesome.
to headbutt, kick.
I like it.
I mean...
Can you get more barbaric?
I don't think so.
Give him a pitchfork, Johnny.
I don't think so. ESPN hailed Xarm as a sport for a new digital age. Unfortunately, nobody else thought so, and it's no longer in business.
Oh, bummer. Like the XFL.
One of the Xarm athletes...
Anything that starts with an X usually doesn't last very long.
XFL's coming back, though.
Yeah, but it's not the XFL. It's like the AFL or something.
No, it's like the XFL.
Oh, well, there's another new league that they're saying is going to be way better than the XFL, and that starts right after the Super Bowl. But it's not the XFL. But it's going to be televised, too.
Vince McMahon will have something to say about that. Brock Lesnar going to come out and F5 some people.
Yeah, the XFL just never seems to work.
Well, it worked for, well, it didn't. It ran one season and he quit, so I don't know why he's bringing it back. Yeah. Whatever. Here's a quote from one of the former Xarm athletes. I don't do a whole lot of running. I think cardio is for women, bragged Xarm athlete Tater Williams.
Tater.
I
like it.
Man, Tater Williams. We need a new, updated, over-the-top featuring this sport right now. Biceps Mahoney versus Ham Fist Smith. Let's go. I'm putting butts in that seat. Sylvester Stallone can be Ham Fist Smith.
Sure.
Bruce Willis can be Biceps Mahoney. Let's go.
What was the dude that he was? It wasn't Bo Honky. What was the dude's name? Bo Halsey.
Bo Halsey.
Yeah, Bo Halsey.
Oh, now come on. What do you want me to do?
I don't care. Yeah, get a job. Oh, get a job?
Yeah.
Just get a job? Why don't I strap on my job helmet and squeeze down into a job cannon and fire off into Jobland, where jobs grow on jobbies?
So, yeah, that was Randy's career fair.
Randy's career
I
fair.
might be a Russian slap fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Look for that coming up soon. Yup. Tommy, did I ever tell you why I started working out back in the day?
No.
This is a good story. I don't think I've ever told this before because I'm bound and determined to start again. It's just finding can I spare a square?
Right.
It's finding that square that I could
have
spare.
A square to spare.
I got to find a square somewhere.
That's why I won't stop going. I know.
No, once you stop, you're fucked because then your routine, it's out of your routine and something else fills its place, and then you're like,
I'm drinking too much right now. I'm not eating right. But I'm still keeping the healthy habit of going to the gym. So when I get those months that I decide I'm going to eat right someday.
Right. See, that's my other thing. I'm spending all this money on garbage food, and I know it's garbage food. It serves no purpose for me. I'm drinking these stupid, gross energy drinks. All it's doing is spending money unnecessarily. And I'm not a rich man. I don't have all the cash. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be spending $42 a week on energy drinks or something, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, when you add shit up, it's expensive, and you're like, what are you doing?
I used to drink the huge ones.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Every morning. Remember the ones that they made that look like almost like a gas can?
Yeah, those are the ones I drink. Yeah.
The ones that are like this big. They're like 3 times the size of a regular one.
Yeah. Love them.
I used to drink those every morning.
Yep. So
I just stopped.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do is just stop because it's expensive and it makes me feel gross. These days, it just makes me feel more tired than anything.
Yeah, I think once your body gets used to it. I mean, if I had one now, I probably had one in 3 or 4 years.
But
if I had one now, I'd be.
When I went through that phase when I was drinking nothing but water, I felt great every day. So
yeah.
Anyways, so I know I need to start working out again because it makes me feel good. It makes my body feel good. Sure. Makes my mind feel good.
All right.
And I'm getting to be an old timer.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta keep the old machine up to par so I can whoop some whippersnappers. Yeah, I don't want no robot queefs from my knees. Need to keep everything all oiled up, all lubed up. Hey, girls, hey.
Yeah.
So, back in 2011, this is when this happened, and I vowed that I was going to work out. So I was at this wedding, and it was a wedding for So it was a wedding for somebody I didn't even really know.
Okay.
It was the daughter of 2 people that I worked with. So basically the entire place, everybody that I worked with was going to this wedding, so I went. This is when I worked at a hardware store.
Yeah.
So I rode out there with a bunch of my colleagues from the hardware store. One of the ladies I rode out there with was one of my good friends, and her daughter was going to meet us out there. She drove separately. Okay, whatever. We go in there. Everybody's having a great time. Just a lot of carrying on and, drinking and having a great time. Like workplace bonding. Because everybody really got along there. So it was more like a family situation than anything. So it was good. It was fun.
Okay.
So I rode out there with how many? 4 or 5 other people. So we're getting ready to leave, and like my friend was gonna go out to her daughter's car with her daughter to like get something, and then I don't know why she was going out to her daughter's car, but it was all by itself all of a sudden. Everybody had left, and it was just her car out there. So the other guys were going to go to the car and swing around and pick them up. And I was like, I'll just go walk with them, whatever. So I'm walking in the car with them, and out of the blue, this man starts running towards us in a tuxedo. And I'm like, well, that's weird. Well, actually, I wasn't like, that's weird. I was like, there's a man in a tuxedo running towards us. Wow. Because I was drunk and I didn't, whatever.
Yeah.
But her daughter was like, oh, look at this creeper. Watch out for this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So we get to the car, and he walks right up to us wearing a tuxedo. And he goes, which one of you ladies is single? Like, he doesn't even acknowledge my existence. Like, I wasn't even there. He was probably like, he was in his late 20s, early 30s, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which one of you ladies are single? And her daughter goes, she is.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, you want to go out on a date? And they're like, no. And she's trying to, so.
Is he obviously drunk?
He's on all of the drugs ever.
Oh, okay.
You know? He's out of his mind.
Okay.
So she's trying to like open the mom's trying to open the back door to get in.
Yeah.
And he's got his hand on the door there.
Oh boy.
Right? So she's trying to push him away, and finally I go, what the fuck? Like that. Like I was real tough or something.
Yeah.
Now, listen, back in those days, I don't know what I would have done if I would have gotten in an actual fight, because with my skinny arms, maybe I could have choked him out easily with my wacky inflatable tube man arms, wrap it around his throat like licorice and choke him out. Yeah. But I don't know but it was one of those things where, well, I got to do something. Yeah. So I say, what the fuck? And he kind of backs off and he goes, yeah, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh no.
You killed his buzz.
Well, I know. And like we were the same size, and he was like on more drugs than I can even imagine or something. I don't know what was wrong with this dude. But he goes, yeah, what the fuck? And so in the meantime, the mom got in there, and she's like, get in the back seat, get in here. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of dove in the back, and I'm waiting for him to grab me or something. He never did. But he walked around to the front of the car and started reaching in to an inside pocket or something. And he had this weird smile on his face. And so she guns it in reverse, and we go around to the other car, and we hightail it out of there.
Jeez.
So
was this in Flint?
It was in Grand Blanc, which is a rich part of town. Yeah. So we get to work the next day, and obviously this is all we could talk about. This is the talk of the, oh my God.
Talk of the toolbox.
Hell yeah, talk of the toolbox. All we did for 8 hours was retell the same story over and over again in multiple different ways to anyone who would listen. It
just got bigger and better.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. He must have been he must have been crazy. He was probably insane. Maybe, I don't know who. Yeah. So it turns out that earlier in that night, somebody in the bridal party was leaving, and a van pulled up and tried to pull them in there, like a rape van or something. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know, because this dude ran from like I saw him run from around the corner of the parking lot, and I don't know where he was. I don't know. But he was wearing a tuxedo, so you figure he knows somebody or something. Nobody knew who this dude was.
Piano player.
Yeah. The creepy piano. That was his name. But after that, I'm like, well, what if I got in a real fight? What if this guy tried to mug me? What would I have done? So after that, I decided I was going to work out and be a big, strong boy.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. And so I let myself go to shit the last few years. Hooray, the end.
Yeah, but the base is still there.
The base is still there. I'm still the size of a. I am pyramid shaped.
Yeah.
Except, actual pyramid, not the perfect triangle that you want. Whatever. That's my story about getting mugged. Almost. Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for downloading this latest episode. If you like what you heard, go ahead, tell a friend to listen. The reason this episode ended so abruptly, well, there was so much audio recorded that, guess what? You're going to get 2 episodes of your favorite Big Dumb Comedy show this week. So this is the first part. The second part will be a full hour of our nonsense and what happened at the comedy show that Tommy performed at. A lot of stuff to talk about. It'll be fun. So please come back later this week for more MRS. In the meantime, if you haven't already, go to that Facebook.com, join our Facebook group, search Miserable Retail Slave. And if you're on that Instagram looking at all those pretty, pretty pictures, search the hashtag Miserable Retail Slave and find me there. Okay. In addition to that, we have a sister podcast. It's called Someone's Favorite Movie, in which we look at sort of the underappreciated bad movies that undoubtedly are still someone's favorites. This week, me and Tommy are talking about Electric Dreams, which is a mid-'80s romantic comedy featuring a love triangle between a man, a woman, and the man's computer. Oh yes, Electric Dreams. So check that out. Search Someone's Favorite Movie on the Apple Podcast platform or whatever you use, or Spotify. It's all there. We thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you later this week. Bye-bye.